Now it's time for us to go into another conversation, but this time around we're going to open the phone lines for us to have this conversation together. But if you're wondering what all this is about, Philip, remember the story which we shared yesterday during Trends about, you know, two nannies abusing some set of twins. I mean, it's
for
it's
8
not,
months.
It's exactly, and it's not the first time that we're hearing something like that. There have been different situations that we've heard things like that, and I'm sure you, as viewers, will already know. I'm sure they already know people who have experienced things like that. So we're going to be opening the phone lines to ask what are their thoughts.
But I see the issue has been placed at the doorsteps of parents. I said parents should also sort of not entirely what with this particular case, but generally, maybe you checking your responsibilities when it comes to you being a parent. You'd have to also try and monitor the activities of your children. Also pay some sort of attention to these kids. It wouldn't be that you wake up in the morning, you want to fight and get ends meet. So you are always saying that you always want money and you want to get the luxurious lifestyle and all that. So you go chasing and you ignore the children you have, your own say produce. You ignore them and the focus is on work. So the question you are asking is, what's the best way we can go about managing the kids at home? Also finding out the problems that these nannies may be having, what can be done well so that these nannies can also take good care of the children. Because
I think there should be policy around the whole nanny industries.
Because I think that if I'm a parent and I have an issue with a nanny, the nanny will just swallow it and will say that I would have to vent my spleen on your child, which is actually not right. But most of these nannies would go ahead and deal with the child. Like you also made mention of...
It's not just about nannies. It's human relation. It's human attitude. It's characteristics of humans. You know, some human beings can take it. Some are passive aggressive, and someone that is passive aggressive that works under you definitely is not going to show you that they're passive aggressive towards you. They are going to put it on someone else. Yeah. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So
and you also made mention of a point yesterday that most people who may be venturing into this space are not really in with that passion, or they are passionate about the work, but the fact that they want something to survive on.
They want something to survive on. Yeah. And it's like many other jobs. A lot of people want a job. When you put them there, you realize that this person is not actually cut out for this job.
Yeah. Yeah.
You understand? So, I don't know. There has to be something done about it.
So, for instance, because they are in for the money they want, they tend to ignore all the passionate things they would have ideally done.
Empathy. They have no empathy, basically.
Anyway, we have a caller. We have a caller on the line. Good morning. Your name, where you are calling from, what do you make of the conversation we are having now? Well, we lost that caller there. Just to bring you excerpts of the story that has been running on this yesterday. We did it on Trends, and also the public relations officer for the police, Accra Police Command, spoke about it. That is Juliana, or Bing spoke extensively about it, and you could tell how Chris was vehemently, like she was aggressively talking about it. But let's bring you this story. So the Airport Divisional Police Command has arrested 2 nannies for allegedly administering sleeping-induced drugs to their employer's 2-year-old twins. Yes, so the twins that they've given this medicine to. So their names are Francis Kabwachi, 30-year-old student nurse from Konongo, Ashanti region, and Harriet, and son, 31-year-old from Jasikine in the Oti region. They have been admitted for subjecting the children to other forms of abuse. So this one is saying that they allegedly hit and heated the hands of the 2 toddlers with fire and called them derogatory names like chimpanzee over the last 8 months. and they've been working for their employers. But we know what? Yesterday we brought you a video of that, right? We brought you a video of that. We would wish to actually hear from the police itself, Juliana Obin. What's the details of this particular press conference was, what they said to the media, whatever the information they gave to the general public was about, what the nannies did and all that. If we have that video, let's quickly bring you that excerpt of the press conference that Juliana Obin had with the media, telling the media what really happened in East Legon, and also what is being done to these two nannies.
Short notice. We have gathered here this afternoon to give you a brief on an unfortunate incident which we find a bit unusual. Now to the details. The Airport Divisional Officer here in Accra has arrested two nannies, Francisca Boachi, who is 30 years and a student nurse from Konongo in the Ashanti region, and Harriet Ansa, 31 years, from Jasikan in the Oti region. These persons have been arrested for allegedly administering sleep-inducing drugs to their employees' 2-year-old twins, who are boys here at East Legon, Accra. The businesswoman, a 40-year-old who is a complainant, reported to the police that she had observed unusual drowsiness and behavioral changes in her two sons during the month of September 2025. Now, subsequent inquiries revealed that the nannies had been administering a medication suspected to be used in their daily milk for the past 7 to 8 months. And they do this without the consent of the employer, that is the complainant. And this, they say, makes the children sleep for extended hours so they could attend to other house chores. Police investigations has further revealed that one of the accused persons, Harriet Ansa, who has administered to mixing the drugs or the suspected substance in the children's food, claims she inherited the practice from her colleague Francisca Boachi. She also confessed to subjecting the children to other forms of abuse, including hitting their heads with fire and calling them derogatory names such as chimpanzee, amongst others. Both accused persons have been working for the complainant for the past 8 months. A search conducted in the accused person's room led to the retrieval of 2 used and 4 unused trays of substances in sachet packs suspected to have been used in the acts aforementioned. Now, all of these exhibits have been retained for forensic examination. Both accused persons have since been cautioned, charged with the appropriate offences, and have been remanded into police custody to reappear on the 20th of October 2025. The Regional Police Command strongly condemns such inhumane acts against children and urges parents and guardians to remain vigilant in the supervision of domestic staff. Further updates on the case will be communicated as investigations continue. Thank you.
The actual accused persons, and I mean suspects, almost face it was live on TV.
So you heard from the Ghana Police Service, that is Juliana Obin. She's with the Accra Regional Police Command, and she stated the details of whatever is being done so far as this issue is concerned. But it's on the screen, 0302 784 969.
You know what caught my attention with this? Apart from the physical abuse that they meted on the kids, the verbal abuse was also part of, you know, their crimes.
Yeah, you can't call a child chimpanzee.
And apart from that, that also shows us that verbal abuse has a way of destroying people. And we've said that so many times. So if it has effects on adults, imagine that what kind of effects it has on kids,
on the children
at that age.
That's sad. But the focus, we are also trying to also look at what best parents can do, the role of the parents, the role of the government, the role of the state agencies. This should be directly under the Gender Ministry, and also it has to do with the various security agencies what best they can do, and also what can be done in our various homes to protect the children.
For me, if you
very
ask
important.
me, I would say the truth is that in as much as nannies are important, right, not everyone can afford a CCTV camera at home. Not everyone can afford that whole setup and be monitoring their child. Not everyone can afford them a child monitor. So what I would say is, as a parent, I think it's important to sort of like have a good relationship with your nanny.
But their argument, another argument is that you may have a good relationship with your nanny, but your nanny is not actually looking at this relationship.
So apart from that,
what we don't know the relationship between this.
No, we're not. We are not using it for. This is not an example. This is just a base of the whole situation that we are talking about. This is a situation that affects a lot of people, not just this couple or this family. And also, I think it's also important that have a relationship with your kids. Parents are not just there to direct you on what to do in life.
Exactly.
They are there to actually build something with you. You should be able to listen to your kids. You should be able to give them avenue to speak. You understand? When your kids say something, instead of like trying to shut kids up, it's important to have conversations with them. If you don't have that talking relationship with your kids, they end up not telling you anything. And if you don't have trust in your kids, they end up telling you stuff and you don't even listen to them.
So try and build that bond between yourself and the kids. Very important. This a case study, and this is very important, at least it looks at. But let's bring you a caller on the line. Good morning, your name, where you are calling from, and what you make of the discussion we are having this morning.
Hi, good morning. My name is Deborah. I'm calling from Kaswa.
Go ahead.
Yes. So I think that the issue of abuse by nannies. I personally, I've had an experience with nannies. When I was young, my mom would travel and leave me with a nanny, and the nanny would abuse me. But of course, if you tell your mom, she'll say, "Oh, you are misbehaving. That's why she's beating you." So I think sometimes the parents also enable the nannies to abuse the children. And I think, this is something that authorities should try and address. And the parents should also be vigilant. If your child is telling you something that has happened to him or her, I think you should also investigate and find out what the true causes are, rather than just dismissing the child's concern.
Right.
Well, you made mention of the fact that you have a personal experience. You would want to share that experience with us, if you don't mind.
Yes. So mine was when I was little, growing up. My mom would travel out of the country sometimes and out of the region and leave me in the hands of this nanny. And this nanny, in a bid to get me to take my bath, eat or anything like that, she would actually lash me. And I was just little. I was 4 or 5 years. I knew nothing. But this nanny would abuse me in that manner.
Yeah. So sorry, Deborah.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much for your contribution. All right. So I like Deborah's contribution. And you see, this also brings us brings us to understand that there's a thin line between discipline and abuse. Do you understand? And this is also what happens in the schools. This is also what people do not understand when some parents do not want you to lash their kids. Do you understand? Because there's a thin line between abuse and discipline. The person might feel like, the mom felt like, she was disciplining you because you probably were not listening to her. But Deborah is saying, this lady abused me because she felt the whole brunt. She was the one that felt all the lashes. She was the one that probably felt, as they're lashing you, they're insulting you. See your big head. Your mother is not here. You understand?
Let's bring you Kwesi from Teshi. Kwesi, let's hear from you.
Hello.
Good morning, Kwesi. Let's hear from you.
Yeah, you see this nanny issue that has cropped up. Most of the parents are part of the problem. You see, gone are the days when we were young. my mom bring somebody from the village to take care of her, a family member. Now, what do we see today? Today, even your pastor will tell you, your wife's mother is a witch or a wizard. When you bring her to your home, this is what is going to happen. You rather go and take somebody outside to pay for the person who doesn't have any relationship with you or your husband.
Right.
But being your husband's mother or you, the woman's mother, coming to the house to take care of the family is far, far better. We seem to be learning everything from the West, which is it's against our tradition. Do you think your sister or your mom would do such a thing to your baby? She will not do that. But because this person is being paid and you believe the children are giving her too much problem, so she will find ways and means to make the children sleep. How can you give 2-year-old child a medicine for them to sleep?
Yeah.
And you being paid for? But assuming it's a family member, very close to the man or the woman, would they allow such a thing? Would they do such a thing? They will not do it. But here we are. Religion has played its role. Mommy, your mother is a witch, your father is a wizard. When you bring her to your home, this is what is going to happen. This is the price we pay when we begin to ignore some of the local traditions we used to know.
Right.
Good day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your time.
All right. So for what Kwesi said, I think there are so many angles to that too. Because if you're talking about bringing in your mothers to the house to take care of your children, I have so many questions. I don't have anything against mothers, but one of the questions that usually pops up and usually causes problems in the homes is boundaries. Do the mothers have boundaries? Do they know how to mind their business when it comes to the husband and wife affairs?
I'm sure you would also have to look at the fact that you are bringing in, I'm not saying that all the relatives are good, though, but maybe you are bringing in the relative to stay for a short period of time. So
yeah, because bringing them for long is a problem.
So after the child is, say, 2 years, 3 years, maybe when the child goes to school, the mother or the father would be able to adjust your time.
No, but even with that, I read something on the internet last time that what we do sometimes is cheap labor. You bring in your mother leaves everything that she's been doing, the life that she's been living. Maybe she was getting some small money in her small kiosk or farming and stuff. She has to leave it to come and take care of your child. That's free labor.
That's free labor. And
are you paying her?
Cheap labor. Let's bring you Nancy from Kumasi. Nancy, good morning. Let's hear from you.
Good morning. Thank you so much for making this in public. It's been happening. But my concern is, I'm a retired nurse. It's about the student nurse.
Okay.
Yeah.
They should ensure that she doesn't go through to become a nurse.
Yes.
If she finds herself in a children's ward where they cry a lot on night duty, she's going to dose all of them to sleep for her to sleep.
True.
Wow.
True.
He will do that. And adults too, when you are in pain, instead of he coming to see what is causing the pain, she'll give you a sleeping tablet. So they should ensure that this nurse does not graduate to handle human beings. The day young ones or old ones, they are the dangerous ones to us.
But as in your time of your profession or during, I don't know, you are retired now, right?
Yes, please.
Okay, so when you were active, did you ever receive anything like that? Maybe a nurse has given a sleep inducement drug to the children and also issues like that. Did they ever come to your table?
Our time, you fear. In the 70s, the 80s, the fear of the senior officers alone will not allow you to even think about that. And you don't go and meet, will not be doing it for you to learn. They will meet all categories of nurse. In fact, I sat in the car with one of them. What she did that day, in fact, I don't know whether to weep or not. This is what we have suffered for people to come in and do.
Right.
Because those days they will interview you, look at your behavior, the way you even talk, the way you approach the see whether you are qualified to be a nurse or not. This time, there are schools all over, people are paying left and right to go and become nurse just because of the money.
Exactly.
So please, this particular, I'm not particular about that woman, I don't know her back, but this nurse should not graduate to be a nurse. She's not called. She should go and kill the adults, both adults and children.
Wow.
When the baby cries so much, the baby is well fed, what we'll do is turn the baby on the tummy and the baby sleeps. Nobody gives drugs.
Exactly.
Unless the child has a problem which the doctor has specifically indicated that given, that would be a dose appropriate to the child's weight or whatsoever. You don't have the right. So
Right.
please,
Okay.
the nurse, if you allow her to graduate, all of us will be in her hands. One day she will dose us when we are in pain, instead of comforting us and making us solve our problem for us to be relieved. She will give us, and probably, if it is overdose, you will sleep and will never wake up again.
Okay.
Sure.
Nancy, thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
your
much,
time.
Nancy.
Yeah.
You see what I was talking about yesterday? That's why I had a problem with the blurring of the face. I want to see these people.
But that's
Okay,
what-
I know the case is still in the police. Okay, so
Yes.
when the case is solved and,
Yeah.
and done with, are we going to see their faces? We need to see their faces so no one makes a mistake of employing them again. Because people are funny. They are acting all remorseful just because they are in the hands of the police. When they go out, what's the guarantee that they are going to change? What's the guarantee that another woman somewhere with maybe a younger child will not say, oh, I need help, and they will present the same person again? Do you understand?
Well, it makes it difficult, and from what the retired nurse also said, you could see that she's also sharing her sentiment that if you let these people into the midst of the rest of the nurses, the issue would aggravate. But anyway, let's bring you Akia from Lakeside. Good morning, and let's hear from you, Akia.
Hi, Akira.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Let's hear from you.
Yeah, you can share your contribution.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the conversation, and I would like to share my little contribution.
Sure, go ahead.
But sometimes tend to really get tight on this domestic workers. But honestly, this employer can also have different times. They employ these young girls and young women with the idea of trying to help them with one or two things at home. Yet when they get there, the kind of chores of, responsibility they end up giving them is just way too much. Because listening to the news, like it was more like they gave them. I'm not saying what they did was right. No, I'm not saying that, and I can never say that. It's very wrong. Like I'll feel bad if that is done to my son. But then, like the idea was to, put them to sleep for some time so that they could get other chores done, right? So if we should delve into this, you may even realize that the purpose for which they were employed when they got there has been way beyond their reason for being there. A nanny should be a nanny. A nanny shouldn't be given extra work to do home chores, like other home chores. If you are ready to, employ someone for a particular thing, you should be responsible for that, like give them that. If you need the services of others, you can employ them to do other work for you as well. So please, let's also pay attention to that.
All right,
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It also has a valid point because we saw a message on the day the story came out saying that treat your cooks and also your house helps very well. But I really don't know if...
We don't know what the situation is.
Yeah, the situation is. What we know is what we are getting from the Ghana Police Service. So as to whether there was a workload, we do not know. As to whether they were being maltreated by their employers,
then leave.
we do not know. But you were the same person who spoke about the fact that they need money. So would you want to leave at the expense of not having another job to do?
No, then have a conversation with your employer.
And what do you tell the employers?
I think it's okay. Please.
Have you seen a snobbish employer before? Let's bring you Elvis from Spintex.
Oh, then I'll be very afraid that you're taking care of my kids.
Elvis from Spintex. Let's hear from you. Okay.
Hi, Elvis.
Elvis, can you hear us? Okay, so Elvis, we're working alliance for Elvis to join us. But I was saying that, have you seen a very snobbish employer before? Have you seen a headstrong employer before? Have you seen an employer who's like, you know what, I'm paying you, do whatever you have to do, get the work done, deal with my kids, and the employer is gone? Have you seen an employer who?
I have never seen.
Who comes from work late and was like, you know what, I don't want food in the fridge. I want fresh food.
What?
And you would have to get me that food before.
No,
have you seen an employer who says that, well, you are living under my roof, you are staying with me, so I determine how much I pay you? Have you seen an employer who would make you work more than the 8 hours? So you're working like I said, 16 hours, and you don't even have rest. Have you seen an employer who?
Okay, it's okay, it's okay.
So I'm citing.
I understand you, but
I'm citing all the examples why someone will be frustrated. The reason why someone will be like, you know what, I've had enough of you, or the reason why someone will say that, you know what, I can't do it anymore. But the person can't leave, because when I leave, where am I going to get my next meal? For instance, you are paying me about 1,000 Ghana cedis. Where I'm staying, I'm not paying electricity, I'm not paying water, I'm not paying rent. So the 1,000 Ghana cedis goes to my mom or my siblings in the village. So the more you are giving me work, and I learned something about stress. When you are stressed, I'm not holding brief for what the nannies did, but we are just trying to have a broader conversation about this. So stress, for instance, I'm stressed out, and the little thing you say which will provoke me, I would act in a way that ideally I'm not supposed to act like that. But if I'm really relaxed and you even provoke me, I may end up laughing over it. But Lydia from Kaswa, let's hear from you. What do you have to say about the topic we are discussing on the show today?
Hi, Lydia.
Hi. Good morning.
Good morning. You're welcome to the show. Please, you can join the conversation.
Yes. Well, I saw where you guys are discussing about nanny abusing children.
Yeah.
Yes. My side of the story is some of people who are employing nannies, if they employ you, first time they be giving you clean the house, mop the floor, wash the dishes, and they be adding children to it. Meanwhile, they employ you for a nanny. So frustration. So they should consider the nanny too.
Okay. All right. Have you been a nanny before?
Yes, please.
Okay, and what was your experience?
It was headache.
What did they do to you? Share your experience. What did they do? And are you still there, or have you left?
Yes. Well, at the first place, my madam said, oh, the only nanny that you are come to do in the house. And I said, okay. And the second time, the next day, she asked me, oh, do this one for me. Wash my clothes and mop the floor. At the same time, taking care of the children at home at the same time.
Wow.
So it was headache. At the time, I said I resigned the work and I just left the house.
Right.
And you were working for how many hours?
24/7. So until the children will sleep and the parents too will sleep before you go to bed. You see.
Will you want to share with us how much you were paid for the 24-hour work?
Oh, 600 cedis a month.
But you were staying with them?
Yes, I was staying in the house.
So at what point did you decide that, you know what, I've had enough and I'll leave?
Oh, at the same time, my madam just came to the house and said, I even forgot to go and pick the children from school.
Wow. Okay.
And you left?
Sorry.
And you left and you didn't come back again?
Yes, I left. I told my boss I will not work again. So I left the house. But I will not say what the two nannies did to the children.
It's bad.
It's good. No, it's not good. If you know you can't take care of the children, just leave the house.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much.
That's it.
Thank you. Thank you.
So she said experience. There is message coming through. Good morning, Chris and Philip. The best thing to do is to make time for your children. Find a way to be there for them until you take care of them, and even a bit after. Nobody will treat your children the way you will treat them. Staying away for far too long from your children causes them to pick up bad habits. It's never easy. but just try. And it's very important. Please try. You know what? My daughter, now when I pick an attire to wear, automatically she's doing bye-bye. Yeah.
She knows you are going again.
And my son, as soon as I pick an attire to work, Daddy, are you going to work?
Yeah.
Because your life is like, they know, and they are very fast. They pick whatever you are doing. They learn a lot. So if you do not make time for them, there is a study that between, say, age 2 or 3 to 13, if you are not in their life, after 13, you vanish. You're not in their life anymore. They can do everything they want to do without you. Another caller is on the line. Your name, where you are calling from, and what do you want to share with us?
Please, my name is Josephine. I'm calling from Kotoku.
Let's hear from you, Josephine.
I had a conversation on nannies, and I want to say a little about it. I've been one of them before.
Yeah.
And the way the people treat nannies, very, very bad. And my own was, the woman said, I'm a witch. So I'm the one causing her to fall sick every day. So from that time, I was having a small girl, which, she was 1.5 years, and we were doing the same nanny with that child. So imagine, it was really, really bad.
Wow.
Even at times, food, they will not give you food, and the kids, they are afraid to play with my child because the mother said I'm a witch, and the child too is a witch. So it wasn't easy. So at least this will also pity us because we came for a work. We didn't came for trauma and treating us very bad.
I'm so sorry.
So you left.
Yeah, I left the house.
What did you tell your boss before you left? How did you gather courage to leave?
Yeah, it was that time we were attending Hodem Vocational School. They sent me to sewing. So they want me to leave the class and come to the house and cook for them. That place, you see, we are learning. I can't tell the teacher, please, I want to go home and cook for my mother. Since I'm staying with you, I need to gain something from you so that in case I'm not staying with you, I will get something doing aside. So I ignore biting that advice. So I'm always late in the house. If I will go home, maybe they will cook and they will leave some for me. Then it started that hatred. They will be complaining as they stop their classes, and I can't stop as well. So it got to a time I told the daddy that please, I want to go. Even it was the woman who told me I should leave the house. If I think I can't do the things anymore, I should leave the house. So then I left. So I waited for the man to come around, and I told the daddy that this and that is what happened yesterday, and I don't think I can come to the house again. So I left there, and I never came back.
But were you able to finish it with the sewing?
No, I wasn't. Now I'm
because
working
it's traumatic,
in a pub.
yeah.
Wow. Sorry for that.
Sorry for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us and sharing your thoughts with that. So you see, you hear from the side of the nannies, you hear from the side of the mothers.
It's a two-way sword, and it's just so sad. I grew up with nannies.
Oh.
I grew up with 3 nannies, and one thing I've learned from my mom is that when you take care of them, they take care of us.
When you take good care of the nannies, they would.
Yes.
You see, there are maybe I've not done. I don't have the statistics, but maybe out of 10, you treat 10 well. Maybe 1 or 2 would be wayward.
Will be crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if you treat the 10 well, I'm sure 8 out of the 10 will be very nice to your children. For instance, you are coming from work. You know there is a nanny. You know her size. You know whatever outfit she can put on. You buy her nice clothing.
Yeah.
Oh, this is for you.
Yeah.
Change your clothing.
Yeah.
Or you once a while you are staying with a person. You see that the person's phone isn't good. Oh, you have some extra funds.
Because you need to actually
exactly. You have
person.
some extra funds. You could say, okay, fine. So I can't afford the iPhone 17, but I can get you an iPhone 11, or I could get you a Samsung A15. I could get you a Samsung A17, not the so expensive ones. Or you are coming back from work and you are like, once a while, oh, you send the nanny a mumu. You are paying her 600 Ghana cedis, agreed. But once a while, you send the mumu like 500 Ghana cedis. The nanny comes, oh, what should I use this money for? Oh, no, keep it on you. Just use it to handle other things.
I think it's important you show them kindness too, because hearing from the nanny side, I'm just sad about it because I didn't grow up seeing them like that. One thing about me, after we even grew up, my parents were like, you know what, the kids are grown up now. I think you guys need to go.
But they didn't want to go.
They didn't want to go. So our doors were open.
Because there was a bond.
So they were now coming in for holidays. When they go to their place, they come and stay with us. They can come and stay for a month and disappear again. So it's the same thing I'm also doing with the person in my house right now. Charlie, she was supposed to be going and coming. I told you about her situation. She was supposed to just come in the morning and leave. Then she told me that, you know what, I want to stay. If you want, don't pay me. I want to stay in the house. If you want, don't pay me. I'm like, no, I got to pay you still.
So you can stay.
Yeah, she sleeps when she wants to sleep. When she's done with her work, just sleep.
And you go home to see everything done intact. Yes. Don't be chewing the rice and chicken and be giving her something that ideally you wouldn't want to consume. Also, with the nannies, if your bosses are treating you well, you should also, they said one good turn deserves another. So they are treating you well. You should treat them well. And the children can be very stubborn, but that is agreed.
True.
But know how to go about it.
And there's another one that that was trending on Twitter the other day. Parents or people that will carry the whole family to restaurants to eat. You and your kids are eating, you know, the spaghetti bolognese, the this and that, you know, the shrimps, that. And the nanny just sits and watch without eating nothing.
Make her isolate herself. Let her be part of the family.
Because she's a nanny. She doesn't know how to eat spaghetti bolognese.
Let her be part of the family.
Because she's a nanny. She doesn't know how to, you know, use the fork and knife and everything and then eat the starter and the main meal. And no, I find it, I find it very bad. I find it very bad.
At the end of the day, they rather cultivate some kind of habit and they come after you. So the very important thing as well also with the parents, you should also try and make time for your children.
We've spoken about this. Yeah, it's a two-way sword.
We've spoken about this extensively. And also with the nannies, if your bosses are treating you well, treat the children well. If you think that you can't handle the pressure that is coming,
just leave. I said that, just leave. If you can't handle it, leave. Rather than, you know, putting yourself into any trouble that you cannot handle. But anyway, honestly, I'm really waiting for this case to be over, and I really want to see the faces of these people.
Anyway, let's take a